Hey everybody, it's David Branderhorst, and in this video we're going to talk about what to do when you want to give up. Now, before we get started, if you could hit that like and subscribe button to be notified of future content, we would greatly appreciate that. Now, let's face it, life is hard. There are lots of things that happen in our lives that don't go as planned. You may have started a new venture that just didn't work out. You may have woken up one day and gotten a phone call and gotten some really bad health news. You may have experienced something that was like really difficult to hear, that your health is not where you want it to be. You may have, lost your source of income at a really bad time where all of a sudden you really needed that money coming in and all of a sudden it's gone. Or maybe you had someone close to you betray you. Maybe you had someone in your life who you trusted, who you were maybe in a relationship with or in a partnership with, and they stabbed you in the back and betrayed you and left you very wounded and upset. The reality is our life is going to test us. It's going to challenge us. It's going to test our resolve and our will. We are going to be challenged at our core to find out whether or not how committed we are to do the things that we have on our heart to And many times it can be very tempting to just walk away. We can start to feel sorry for ourselves and we can become very discouraged. And when we get in those moments where the struggle is real, when things are not going very well, one of the things that I've really noticed is that tend to be very focused on our past. And by that, we start thinking about the ways in the past that we've previously failed. We start thinking about things in the past that didn't work out well for us. Like, how I tried that in the past. It didn't work out well for me. I was in that relationship with that person and man, it fell apart and I never want to do that again. Or I tried that new business idea that I was really excited about and it didn't work. And boy, I'm not doing that again. And maybe you just feel like you don't have what it takes. You're looking at it going, man, I know it's hard to do this and I just don't think I have it. I don't think that skill that I need to succeed, I don't think it's something that I have. But the reality is all of those thoughts really don't matter. What really matters is what are you going to do from this day forward? What are you gonna do from here on out? Because the past is the past. It's gone. It's water that's already passed under the bridge. We can't go back and change it. We can't go back and redo or undo certain things. It's gone. And so what are we going to do about the rest of our life? What are we going to do from this point forward? Are we going to wallow in our pain and our suffering and the negativity of the past? Or are we going to try and build a better life from this point forward? Are we going to try and do something that's more positive that we can take and that we can build something better so that we don't have to, spend even more time in that bad place? So your future, whatever is going to happen to you in the future, is really dependent on what you do today. So if you're looking at this and you're in the place today where you're going, man, I'm really discouraged, I'm really down, I'm just really frustrated and I don't really think that this is going to work out. I have these dreams of things I want to do, but man, I don't think I can get there. I don't think I can do it. I want you to think about this, and I want to encourage you to make a choice. I want you to think about, are you going to continue to sabotage your own future success? Are you going to undermine your own future success by looking at things and saying, yep, it didn't work in the past, so it can't work in the future, so I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to do it because it's just too painful and it's too difficult. And as a result, you're the one who's stopping you from succeeding. You're the one who's sabotaging your own success. Or are you going to say, you know what? I'm going to find a way. I'm going to create a better life for myself because I don't want my future to be a carbon copy of my past. I don't want that to be the story of my entire life. I want the future to be better. So one of the things I want you to understand and to remember is that God promises us that he has a plan for our life. And that plan for our life is a plan to prosper us and not harm us, and a plan to give us a hope and a future. But that plan depends upon our cooperation. It is not a unilateral plan that good things are coming no matter what you do. We have to be an active participant. We have to be actively involved in the process of cooperating with that plan. We have to make choices that allow these things to happen in our life. And these types of things start to occur. The better things start to happen in our life when, instead of focusing on the past, we start focusing on our future. We start thinking about, okay, the past is done, it's gone, it was painful, it was bad, but this is what I want the future to be, and this is what I want to create in my life for the future. So we start looking at it from that perspective. We start thinking about, what do I need to do to make this future better? What do I need to do to give myself a better quality of life, a better lifestyle, better circumstances? Maybe it's more finances, or maybe it's more freedom, or maybe it's better relationships with people. But we're going to focus on, what do I need to do to bring about those things? And when you do that, you're going to start filling yourself with hope and not discouragement. You're going to start focusing on things that are going to cause you to want to get better, and not just wallow in the past of what you did wrong or what went wrong. So when you do that, you want to make sure that your inputs are being very carefully orchestrated. By that, I mean, if you are reading things, if you're watching things, if you're consuming content that is very negative, that is very depressing, very discouraging, you're listening to music that just brings you down and what makes you wallow in your misery even more, you need to stop. You need to fill your mind and your heart and your soul with things that are going to lift you up and cause you to be encouraged, to cause you to want to keep going and to keep doing things. And you need to surround yourself with people who will do the same. If you have people in your life that are just bringing you down all the time, always tearing you down, always causing you problems, always telling you that you can't do it, and always causing lots of drama and stress in your life, you need to think about it. You need to look at it and go, are these the people really that I want in my life? Are these the people that should be in my life? And when you start orchestrating that, when you start thinking about, how can I focus on my future and not my past? How can I make sure my inputs are good and they're positive and they're uplifting and encouraging? How can I make sure the people I spend the most time around are the right kind of people that are going to help me create a better life? When you start doing that, you start to build momentum. You start to build momentum in your life, and things start to improve. And you always have to keep in mind, you were created for a purpose. There is a reason you are on planet Earth. You are not an accident. You are not here by just some fluke and some random thing. You're here for a reason. You have a purpose to your life. There are things that you were created for that you are hopefully expected to accomplish and to achieve with your life. So when you don't do those things, and when you give up and you walk away, the world is a much poorer place as a result. The world does not get to see you living out your calling. It does not get to see you living out your purpose. And as a result, the benefit of that, of you living on purpose, of living out your calling, is not achieved. And the people who would have benefited from that never get to experience that benefit. And as a result, there's a void. There's a void in the world. So I really, really want to encourage you, do not give up on your dreams. Do not let go of that. You're too important. And maybe you don't see it today, but it's only because you're not seeing the impact that you could have on the world. You're not seeing what exactly it is that you could have to offer, and the difference that that could seriously make in the world. And even though it may not feel like it, you're probably closer to success than you think you are. You're probably closer to achieving that goal than you think you are. And I want to make sure that you don't give up when you're only 6 inches away from gold, because there have been far too many people who have done just that. They tried. It didn't work. They quit. And the reality is they were just almost there. They were almost to the finish line, but they gave up before they got there. Don't be that person. Stay committed to your dreams. Don't give up. Stay in the fight. Surround yourself with the people and the resources and the types of attitudes that you need to be successful, and just keep going. Keep taking action. Things are going to happen for you. I know they are, because God didn't create you to fail. God created you to succeed in that calling. He's not cruel. He didn't give you a calling and then put you in a position where it was impossible to achieve it. He's not like that. He gives you a calling because he knows that you can do it, but you may have to stretch, you may have to push, and you may have to go beyond what you think you can normally do to get there. So stay in there. Keep going. I believe in you. I know you can do this, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day.